cutesy and girly pop. Yes. 14. Oh my gosh.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. My name is John Guerra, and this is the Get It and Down Show. Today, we are going to be talking to a worldwide traveling professional wrestler. She wants to bring cutesy and girly pop back to wrestling. Miss Miafriday. Let's get straight into it.
And I can't go on, I can't go on like this, just dwelling on it.
Like this, like
Used to
you
be,
have this all
I can fix these halls and patch these walls, but there's no
Let's get straight into the episode, guys.
Sweet.
You had school yesterday?
Yes, and I got it tomorrow. Well, it's weird. This semester I'm doing I always take 4 classes a semester. I just want to hurry up and get it done. But this semester I just got a really bad schedule. Like I registered like a millisecond too late. So now I got class on like Monday and Tuesday and Thursday and Friday. So it's all over the place.
Yeah. Every year before this year, I would do 4 classes, but this whole year, especially summer, I've been doing 6 classes a semester.
Oh my gosh.
So it's been a little silly, as I would say. It's been really been out of hand.
Dude, I ain't got no right to be complaining. Oh my God, that's crazy.
But what is your schedule like though for wrestling?
For wrestling, I mean, I try my best so Reality of Wrestling, they do training Monday through Friday. I try to go at least like 2 or 3 days a week. And then the weekends, it kind of depends. Like sometimes I'll wrestle twice on Saturday and Sunday. Sometimes it's just one, sometimes it's nothing. Right now, I'm kind of just like coming out of a little break that I was taking for when I was just getting started into college and moved to Houston and everything. But things are starting to pick up. Like I know next month is going to be crazy because of Mania Week coming up. So lots of traveling happening there. But it really just all depends on, it's always different.
So you've been to Japan, right?
Yes.
How was that? That's actually crazy. Like, how was it being over there?
I mean, it was like, I feel like it still hasn't hit me to this day. Like, I just like, it seems so unreal that it happened. Cause I mean, the dojo that I trained at Ice Ribbon, it was also very like, how do I put it? There wasn't many, I was like the only person that spoke English there besides like one other person that was there helping me a little bit too. So like it was really weird to do like training every day and to like not know at all like what's going on, but at the same time you do. It's really weird to like whenever I went there, it really helped me understand that wrestling has like a universal language. Like even though there is this language barrier, I'm still able to put together these matches for these shows. I'm still able to understand what they're talking about. It was just so many layers to it, so many levels to it. It was very different, but at the same time, it felt so familiar, I guess, if that makes sense.
How long were you over there for?
I want to say it was like maybe like 4 weeks, and it was like training was every day. So yeah, I think I wrestled 2 matches, and then I guess I trained for like 3 or 4 weeks straight. So I wasn't there for too long, but it was just a whole lot of training because they do it just like full time. Like I thought Monday through Friday was crazy. They take it up to like the next level. It's like an all day, like you spend all day training and then you do it every day. It's like a full-time job type of thing.
Dang. Yeah. So when you meant like it didn't hit you, is that like in a way of where you're in motion and you're doing this, you're doing that, and your mind's constantly thinking what's next? Or in a way of like, this is so surreal?
I guess it was just so surreal. I guess in wrestling, everything moves so fast. You're always worried about the next show you got coming up or the next thing that's happening that you never really just have the time to sit down and think that like, oh my gosh, I was literally in Japan doing that thing, wrestling that match. It's just something for most pro wrestlers, like it's their dream to go to Japan. And you it never really hits you. Even watching the matches back, it hasn't really hit me that that's like me in that ring. It's just so crazy to me.
How often do you watch your matches?
Oh, I hate watching my matches. I only watch my matches if like I have to, like, if I have to make, like, a social media post, like, or I'm trying to screen record something, but I do not like watching my matches. I do not like showing my matches to anyone, like, "Hey, let's watch my match together." I do not like doing that. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just so, like, I'm very nitpicky about stuff. Like, I can see what I
Mm.
don't like, and I just can't, like, do it.
Is that because the whole I saw you had a post about how you're like the exact opposite person besides your wrestler. Is that why? Like you feel like it's like, oh, this is something I don't like to see.
Man, it's a little bit of that's a good question because sometimes whenever I'm like wrestling in the ring and I'm playing this character, sometimes I wonder if I'm being phony because like it is true. Like in real life, I'm a different person. But at the same time, that is what wrestling is. You know, you're playing this character. But sometimes I'm just always worried about being too phony. Like sometimes I catch myself being fake in the ring. Like, oh, I can tell like I'm not really feeling it, or that's like the most fakest smile I've ever done. But little stuff like that, yeah.
So when you say that you want to bring, and let me quote this properly for us here. I have it written right here just in case I forgot it. It is oh no, where is it? Okay, you want to bring quote unquote cutesy and girly pop to wrestling. Like you want to make it more like that? Is
Yes,
that something you would you ever say that outside of wrestling?
well, maybe. I don't my personality is really weird because I guess, like, me, myself, I'm not, like, I'm not girly pop, but I mentally, I'm girly pop. So maybe that's what it is.
Mm.
Like, I guess you're helping me break it down, like, in real time. Like, Mia Friday is, like, how I feel on the inside, honestly, because I feel like I have a girl pop mentality. I just don't, like I'm not doing that, like and, like, I don't I just don't dress girly pop, I don't do girly pop things, but I still have the girl pop mentality. So that's what I'm bringing to wrestling because it needs more of that.
Mm. It needs more of that. That was a good one. Wow. I felt kind of I felt kind of off when I was saying that. Like, oh, what's going on here? But so in wrestling, what is like the craziest move you've ever taken that it was like, oh, this is painful. I'm not doing this again.
Ugh, it's It's not a move that you would think it is, but I guess it's just the way that it happened. But the worst bump I've ever taken, this was literally so like every time I think about it, my back just tenses up. But I took a sling blade like 2 or 3 years ago, and I don't know what it was. I think it's one of those things where like when the other person lands like a second too early, and then so now you catch like the rebound of the ring, whenever you
Mm.
land. I feel like that took, like, years off my career, that one singular move. I don't know what it is. It was just, like, a timing thing, but, man, that's, like I can immediately tell you it was that move.
Wow. Yeah, they always say that this move takes years off the career, but you actually felt that. Like you're like, oh, that was a bad idea.
Yes, in real time, I felt that, yes.
What is what is a move that you tried that was like, ah, this isn't good. Like this is not what I'm gonna be doing.
Well, it was that, I posted it, but I shouldn't have posted it because not everybody wants me to do it more. I did, like, a springboard cutter off the second rope, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. You should do it again." First of all, I can't do it again. I keep on trying it. I can't even do it again. Literally, it just doesn't work. Second of all, it just hurts because you're literally you might as it's like you're taking like a bump off the top rope pretty much with how high you're up in the air. And it's like, make that my finisher and do that like every night. Like, I don't, yeah, it wasn't going to work out for me.
So what percentage of the time when you do a move, it actually inflicts more pain on you than the person you're doing it to?
Oh, not too often. I'll say like 30% of the time, not too often, but there is times like when you do like a missile drop kick off the top rope, I feel like that just hurts you more to take like a big bump off the top rope than for them
Hmm.
taking the drop kick. But I mean, more often than not, no, or maybe not just for me personally, because I choose not to do those kind of moves.
So then what would be like what is like the craziest bump overall you've ever taken to where it was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna do this, but you still did it.
Ooh. That's a hard one because I'm not too crazy. Because like, I literally, like,
Because it's girly pop, right?
yes,
We're
because
doing
it's
girly
girly
pop.
pop, yes,
Mhm.
and also just, I've always been told, like, I feel like I'm get in trouble if I try to do, like, really big bumps. I was always told that, like, "You're young, you don't need to be doing any kinda high spots yet because you need to preserve your body," but my back is just already, like, tore up. I guess the craziest one, I would say I took you know what? It's hard to really say. I've just this is a random, like, thought that just came to my mind, but I guess I can use this as the answer. I've never done a superplex before. Like, I don't know, no one's ever taught me how to do it. I don't know how to take it, anything like that. I was watching a video last night on one of my matches just to, like, find clips for social media. Turns out I did. So I guess I did do that random. I have really bad memory. I don't remember, like, half of my matches, but I'll say that's my answer. I gave a superplex off the top rope. And that, I guess for me, that's crazy because I know for a fact I don't know how to do that. So
Mhm.
but I did that before, so I'll say that's the craziest one for me because it is a higher, bump. It's more risky, things like that.
So for some of these moves sorry, early morning for me, but, some of these moves, you say that you only done it really once, so how did you, like, tell yourself, "Okay, I'm gonna do this in the actual match," when, like, it was something you barely really got down?
It's something I don't do too often because I'm just the biggest overthinker. I, like, will immediately talk myself out of it, but I just know, like, for example, that cutter, I up until that day I did it in the ring, like, I know I can't do it now, but leading up to that, I kept, like, I don't know, I had a good feeling about it, and sometimes when you're just working with somebody that you really trust and that trained with and just kinda know them better, you kinda have more of that security with it. So, when it comes to, like, only practicing a move once and then doing it, it all depends on, like, the moment too. It was a big title match, I had to pop out and do something, so and also just who you know and who you're working with.
Hmm. So, do you have an arm drag that you do? And I know as soon as I say arm drag, like, you know what I'm talking about. Well, on the top rope where you bounce between the top and the middle rope, how long did it take for you to learn that? Because that's actually, like, I don't think I've ever seen someone do that before.
I can't, it's just it almost feels like a collective, like, process of my whole career. Like, if I had to give, like, an actual maybe, like, 3 years, 'cause I've been working matches since I was 14, and I first started doing that move, I wanna say when I was, like, 16, and it's just always been a work in progress. Cause first it just starts with just walking up and getting comfortable doing that, then it's the jumping off part, then it's to try to do the second and the top. I've, like I've concussed myself before, like, in the ring, like, on a show, like, trying to do that move before, and and for some reason, like, and me, any other time, I'd be like, that's a one and done," but I just something about that move that I just can't stay away from, so I would just say I know it's a long answer, but overall, just, like, years, just, progress, just constantly trying to keep cleaning it up because I just wanted it to work. I really wanted it to make
Mm.
it happen.
And now does it, like, just feel really smooth for you to do it?
For the most part, yeah. I'm still, like, the biggest worrier, so I'll still, like, freak out every time I do it because I'm like, "What if I did fall? That would be so humiliating." But I still, like, I have way more just, like I feel more comfortable doing it than I have ever.
And do you like, I'm pretty sure you probably do, but do you still get really nervous, like, before your matches?
Yes, every single
Mhm.
match, and I don't know if that just comes from the overthinking part or just because I just put, like 'cause sometimes the moment is big, sometimes the moment isn't big, but for me, it's big. I put a lot of pressure on myself in all my matches. I don't really in my mind, when someone's like, "This is an easy day, it's an easy match, take it easy." For me, like, every match is, like, the biggest match for me because it's
Mhm.
the chance to show that to just get better. Just, like, I want every match that I do to be my best match. I wanna keep one-upping myself. So I guess I do get nervous for every match just because 'cause I'm putting that pressure on myself.
Yeah, I it's more of it's always a big moment because 'cause you're the person that's in it. Like, for me, whenever I do, like, shoots and recordings for, like, a show or something, I will always get just very, very zoned in. Like, it's, like, a very, like, locked-in moment to where, like, I guess, like, I'm nervous, but then I feel like if you're not nervous, you're not trying that hard.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah,
it
it
doesn't mean that much to you.
is. It means that you have a passion for what you're doing. It's a good thing. Once you lose that
Mhm.
nervousness, that's when, like,
So, did you ever have I've had certain people tell me to where they got so nervous to where they were barely able to walk. Like, it was like, I don't know what's going on. I am horrified about what's about to happen.
I've only gotten horrified, I'll say, like, my debut night, my first ever match that I did, because I remember I, like I think I, like, called my mom to come pick me up that day, and, like, we left the venue, and then I went home. Well, the good thing is I only lived, like, 5 minutes from where the show was, but she picked me up around, like, 4 or 5 o'clock.
To, like, leave? Like, you were
Yes,
gonna leave?
leave the show, and then I came home, and I cried a little bit and freaked out, and then I went back and then did the match. I still did it, yeah, but that's probably the only time I was ever just freaked out. Not
And
because
how
I
old
didn't
were you?
feel like
You were 16?
I
Or
was
you were
14,
14?
yes.
14, oh my gosh.
It's not like I was, like, worried about messing up or anything. I think I just, like when you spend your entire life pretty much just thinking about wrestling, like, that one day that you finally get to put on your gear and walk out that curtain, I think it was just I was just, like, overwhelmed with so many different emotions
Mhm.
happening, but that's probably the only time I've ever just had a major freak out just because I was just such a big moment.
Wow. Imagine that, like, you just gone home, never wrestled, just called it a day.
Hey, I wouldn't be doing none of this, it would've been crazy, yeah.
What do you think you've been doing instead?
It's really hard that's a good question because I've
Because
just
you don't think
never
about it, right?
Yeah, I've never
Yeah.
seen myself doing anything else but wrestling. I'd probably, still be doing college right now because that's what my parents have always wanted me to do. I just honestly, I don't know what I'd be doing, but I know I wouldn't be happy.
That's true, that's true. You have a plan B when you don't really believe in the plan A.
Hey,
That
you
came
know
out the
what?
head right now,
That's
out the
good.
dome. Mhm.
Mm.
So, let me get back in the seat here, I almost fell off. But when it comes to just getting in character, do you have a switch? Like, is there just, like, a time, like, something you had to do? Like, for me, it's drinking stuff. Like, I'll always, like, drink a coffee or, like, a Celsius, and that's, like, my switch of, like, it's go time now. Do you have something like that that you just, like, do to get in character?
You know what? I'll say that's mine too, because I don't have any kind of like pre-match ritual or things like that. But I know for a fact if I don't have an energy drink, like it's not gonna be me a Friday. It's gonna be somebody else. So I guess I'll say my pre-match ritual, definitely, I just need a lot of caffeine. Cause like I said, I mean, I still am Mia Friday. It's just like mentally I'm hurt, you know?
Mm.
So I just gotta bring her out. I gotta get into that happy mood. I gotta feel the girly pop mentality inside of me. So
That's true. That's true. I think we all need to embrace our girly pop mentality is what this
Hey,
is
that's
about.
right, that's right.
Mhm. That is insane. That is insane. Do people ever make fun of you, like, after your matches and be like, I've never seen you do that before. I've never seen you act like that."
I think, well, no, they actually love it because, I'm a very, like I guess I would say I'm more introverted, and whenever I'm, like, talking to my opponent before the match, I feel like, they don't really expect who Mia Friday is in the ring. Like, I'm a very, like I guess I would say I'm a little bit more closed off compared to when I go out there, so whenever
Mhm.
the match is over, they're like, "Oh my gosh, you literally are so, like, energetic and bubbly, and you're just so, like your character is just so out there." So
And you said, I'm quoting another one of your posts, that you know who your character is based on, like, photos of your old self. And then it shows the one of is it you with the Divas Championship? You're holding
yeah.
the Divas Championship in the air? I did my homework. You see that? I did my homework on this.
Hey.
Was that, like, something you knew? Like, was your character always the same ever since you started?
Well, I never had a character growing up, which was kind of like it kinda pissed me off because, like, talking to other people who watched wrestling growing up, they're like, "Oh, I always had my character." I never had my character. I just never even I didn't come up with my character until it was around that time when it was time to debut, and they're like, "Okay, we gotta have something." So, like, I really don't know. I guess you would say Mia Friday, like, I always knew I just wanted to be something different, I guess, than what you see from other women's wrestlers, and maybe that's why I never could come up with a character growing up, because I don't really see myself in a lot of the characters that I saw on TV. I just knew I wanted to be me.
Mhm. That's a good answer. Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like when people are starting off and they're younger, I've noticed a lot of them don't really have like this crazy character. Like it's always somehow related to themselves.
Yeah, and I
And then
mean,
it's like
maybe
later on that the change.
yeah, because I guess also, like, since I started wrestling at 13, I guess I was kinda growing up already doing wrestling, I guess. So, I don't know, it's kinda weird, but yeah, I agree with what you're saying.
And there's also this other thing. I've told some people this, not everyone agrees with me, but I feel like you see it back then. And I'm saying I'm not that old. I'm saying back then is like this was a back then thing. Uh, People didn't really grow up wanting to be a wrestler. It was just like they were trying to get into sports, like football, for example, and they couldn't make it. So then they became a wrestler. But nowadays, in like this generation, you see a lot of people, they like at a young age, they want to be a wrestler and that's what they pursue. And it's just like a different change. It's very interesting to me because now that's why people are so athletic now in the ring and they have such ability compared to back then where it was like these real brute guys because it was based off the fact they couldn't make it in their sport.
Hey, I agree with that one. I feel like there's more wrestling schools today than there has like ever been in wrestling. It's so easy to like more easy
Hmm.
than ever to sign up for and to find a school near you. I definitely feel like I couldn't imagine how you would get signed to WWE back in like 2010, without having like that athletic background and already having that like kind of what they want now. But you're right. It's just the most like this generation more than ever has people that just genuinely love wrestling and just have always just been engulfed in wrestling. And I think you're right that is kind of reflected in how like the style of wrestling has changed too, because we get to see more of these people who grew up just absolutely loving wrestling. So they want to do the moves like the top rope, arm drag, things like that, because we just love just the art of wrestling. I agree.
For a second, I didn't know if you agreed because you were just like staring at me and I was like, oh, this might not go my way. But then you answered. So it worked. It worked out. It worked out. That was good. But I had a question and I kind of just like, do you ever do that? Do you like have a question and you wait and then it just like leaves you?
All the time, all the time.
Happens to me all the time. Like I line up questions and then they just disappear.
Mm.
But I think I remember now. Now I remembered. Actually, I'm gonna ask this question. So, have you ever had a desire to like do a bump that takes you through a table?
The thing I know this makes me a wimp, but Imma just go out and say it. I've never said this before, like, publicly, but I hate, like, gimmick matches, any kind of, like, tables, ladders, chairs, Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber. I do not like any kind of, like, gimmick matches. I think they're so boring, and if I think they're boring to watch, I don't wanna do them. You know? I mean, I'd go
Hmm.
through a table, I wouldn't have an issue. I wouldn't, like, cry about it, like, "No, I don't wanna do that." But, like, if I had, like, complete curative control over everything, I just don't like any kind of, like, stipulation matches. I don't know why. I just always found them so slow growing up, and I would always fall asleep during them. But, I mean, I would still go through a table, shoot, or through a ladder, like, whatever y'all need me to do, I'm just here to be I'm just here to wrestle. But if it came down to it, yeah, I don't really get into them.
Do you think it's because it's kind of like the easy way out to where like you don't have to wrestle that much and it's kind of the same spots being hit?
I think that's
I
exactly
agree with
what it
that.
is.
I
I
noticed that.
truly yes, I love just the art of wrestling, not all the way down to, like I'm not saying, like, I wanna see, like, 10 minutes of just some chain wrestling and some holds and stuff, but I do just love just the art of a one-on-one professional wrestling match, and sometimes you're right, when it comes to the stipulation matches, it's the same stuff you always see, and there's a lot of, like, times where it'll just lose a lot of momentum, there'll just be so much gray area, like, I feel like it's just so easy to just kinda zone out when watching it.
That's true. Yeah, and those are always like the really long matches.
Yes.
Like they have to it's like they have a match between them actually wrestling and then the whole second part of when they add stuff in.
Yes, and you know what? That's a good point. I feel like maybe I would watch like a stipulation match if it didn't go on so long and they just got straight to the point and did the stuff they
Yeah.
wanted to do.
I don't know. I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they do that to me. What do you what do you think about modern like WWE right now? Do you watch WWE?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. What do you think about how it is right now?
I I just love it. Well, it's mixed feelings because the product, yes, I love it. I think it's so hype. I just love it. But at the same time, I have like a small issue with all of the characters. And I was talking about this last night to somebody, but it's just the way that wrestling is evolving. I remember growing up, like wrestling wasn't so serious, I guess I should say. But now nowadays everybody has a serious character. Like everybody's coming out and they're always trying to be the guy. But whenever I was growing up, it was like Enzo Amore was like the cruiserweight champion, and like how do I say it? There was like always like a funny segment on Raw. Like I remember Dean Ambrose being in a bunch of like funny stuff, but at the same time he could also be a main eventer. I guess like
Mhm.
I know it's kind of like the corny stuff and people really don't like that era, but at the same time, I always just like miss there was sometimes I just miss that entertainment aspect from like a not a comedy standpoint, but sometimes everything is just so serious nowadays. Everybody has to come out and do
Yeah.
the long entrance and everyone has to do the serious face. No one has like any kind of I don't want to say they don't have personality, but sometimes I just kind of miss back when people were could still be a serious guy, but at the same time, if they just needed to make somebody laugh or to just do like a lighthearted, just regular show, they could do that too. I don't know if that's like a weird take, but that's just kind of how I feel about it.
I agree with that. That's how I feel about it. But I'll say it a different way. I'll throw it a little on the other side. Uh I do think it is a little bit of the entertainment side of it. I feel
Mhm.
like they're trying too much to show that they're a sport to where what they originally had was it's sport entertainment. Like at the end of the day, we're telling a story with what we're doing. When I think for a while, but then it's weird because then they put out Unreal, which kind of really just threw that aspect out of the way.
Mhm, mhm.
So I'm not sure, but I always thought that the way people are now, like the wrestlers that come up, is it's so serious with them. Like their character's always really serious instead of it being like, I'm here to entertain you through what I'm doing. And how I'll say this, you may not agree with me, but I feel like a lot of the wrestlers aren't as good on the mic as they used to be. It's
Mhm.
more of, I think they're better wrestlers now, to where they're more athletic and they're better wrestlers, but the mic aspect and actual promo of them being able to talk has gone down.
And you
But I
know
feel like that's what every sport now is like. They're not as good at talking as they used to be, but they're better athletes.
and yeah, that's probably what they're looking for too, is just they're looking for more athletes, are looking for that look. And so, yeah, I mean, they probably pick that over. I mean, I guess I don't know. I can't speak on it, but I definitely get what you're saying. And that's probably a reason why I don't feel that same kind of like, I don't feel that same kind of entertainment feeling that I felt from back then, because maybe there is more of that focus on that look and that athleticism over than like how you can talk on the mic. Can you do that kind of segment, that kind of entertaining segment? So yeah, that's a good point.
So how does, and I'm gonna address you a different way. How does Mia Friday feel about on the mic?
Oh, Mia Friday sucks on the mic. That's why I have like no right to be talking. Like she like I legit like cuz I don't even this is another hot take that I don't really tell anybody, but I don't like doing promos, and honestly, I don't like watching them either. Cause sometimes they'll just I know, right? That's like literally like 50% of wrestling is just
Yeah,
like
you gotta be careful there.
cause I just maybe it just goes into how much I love just watching wrestling matches, but sometimes promos can really drag on, and it really depends on,
Mhm.
like, what the story is. Because sometimes it'll be a story that doesn't necessitate a whole 30-minute promo, but it'll still be that long anyways, so maybe that could also be a reason, like, a part of it too, but I guess that's another thing that, like, I kinda zone out a little bit, but at the same time, like, I know I gotta like work on that. I don't want to be that person that has that embarrassing moment on TV. So yes, I definitely just like if it came down to it, like me personally, maybe just get me a manager or something so I can just do the wrestling and then I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, like I always freak out when it comes to promos because I'm just overthinking it. I don't want to embarrass myself. So then with the overthinking, I end up embarrassing myself. And then I just, you know, it's a whole thing.
Like, I can see it right now with all the the overthinking happening. That's how it is. I feel like that's just how everyone is. You know, you gotta overthink a little bit. Yeah. Actually, fun fact, I'm gonna share this with you. You're the first person I told this to. Uh, I actually been sleeping with a what are those called? The blindfold things?
Oh, like with that has like the red lights on them, those things?
Not the red light one. No, not that one. It's like just like to like, cover your face, but it has like a little heating thing on it with like a scent. Because at night, that's when I get my best ideas when I'm going to bed. Because I
Mhm.
just like stay up and it takes me like 2 hours to fall asleep. But I've been using this thing for the past like 2 or 3 days, and I fall asleep like that, like a
I
light.
might. That is such good because wait, I've been having so much trouble falling asleep too. I just been laying in bed all night. It's like a mask and all, does it like make you hot? Like it heats up your face?
Well, you microwave the inside of it, and it's not too hot, but it's like it kind of just like it'll rest your like your head, and it'll just like make you just zone out.
Oh my gosh, that might be what I
Yeah,
need because that's probably why I'm having so much trouble sleeping at night, thinking about what I would say if I had to do a promo on the spot. Things overthinking the entire just everything. So honestly, that might be something I need to look into.
yeah, that's pretty cool though. But last question here, last question, sitting right here. If you had a dream match with a, let's say, I'm gonna make you choose. It couldn't be a regular match. It had to be a stipulation. What would you pick?
Well, can it be any stipulation?
Yeah,
Well, then I would wrestle Mercedes Moné in a submission match. That's a stipulation. That counts, right?
that does count. Where at? Where at? You got to pick where.
We would do it at WrestleMania. She would come back just for me, and then we would do it at
Just for you.
WrestleMania.
Wow, that is impressive. That's impressive. All right, well, thank you for coming on. I know I was like 5 minutes late.
Hey, it's
That
all
was
good.
bad. Unprofessional on my side, as I would say. But thank you. I hope you have a good one, and maybe we could do this another time.